Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta What Ifs. Today, I am back with a dark what if. The name of this what if, as you guessed from the title, is What If Naruto Was Incarnate of Evil? And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now, before continuing this will get a bit dark, like really dark. I'll try my best to make it so heads up, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Bolo Uchiha channel as well. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins 8 hours after the QB attack, as we go towards the Hokage office, where we see Hiruzen Sarutobi was standing, looking throughout the window of the Hokage office at the destruction that has been caused by the war that suddenly was brought upon them by the QB no Yoko. Luckily enough for them, Minato no Mikaze was able to come up with a solution and seal away the Nine Tails once and for all, with the help of the Shinigami. Everything was great. A Jinchuriki was created. The Biji was sealed away with the seal empowered by the Shinigami, and now they could focus on recovering and rebuilding themselves. And that is when he was called a few hours back to the council meeting, where went down the drain, when the council demanded the child to be executed and whatnot, and some even tried to do so, using some cursed seals. But nothing happened, luckily enough, and Naruto was now given to Kakashi. As, taking a breath, Hiruzen then said, "Take him to the orphanage. Make sure nobody knows who he is." Hi, Hokage-sama. And so Kakashi did what he was told to do. But unbeknownst to all of them, when the kid opened his eyes for a bit, instead of being blue, they were void, complete black eyes with red irises, like dots staring at them. And there was a sinister smile on the face of the infant before it returned back to normal. Something has gone wrong in the sealing process. A mistake from the Shinigami's end has been made, which is going to be the end of the whole shinobi world. As now we see, time began to pass by. For a few years, everything was normal. Everything was as it seemed. The boy began to grow up peacefully, or as peacefully as he could, because at the age of 3 he was kicked out of the orphanage, and people began to hunt him down. As now we see the child on one of these fox hunts, as they now called him, a sports of a sort, a twisted version of it in which they were hunt him down, was, well, trying to capture him. And the mob consisted of Anbus and what other not people, as the 5-year-old child was trying his best to get away, until he arrived inside an alleyway, and there they saw the child standing, facing the wall. As the people smirked, well, looks like your fate is run out of all luck, kid, and now you are going to meet your maker. Is that so? Said a deep, demonic, hissing-like voice that caused them all to freeze. As the boy turned towards them, but the only thing that was turning was his head, as his neck snapped to the back, and he now was on his all fours and in a twisted form began to come towards them. "Don't you want to kill me? Here I am. Go on. What is that thing? That is not... Ah, you were expecting a poor little boy. No, you expected a demon, and that is what you get. Tonight is a full moon, and my hunger is all-time best. I need to consume your flesh and blood." "What? Get away from me! Us! Run, everyone!" But before they could, in a swift moment, the boy disappeared. And now, all that there remained was nothing more than corpses. The boy had hearts, all of their hearts, in his hand as he consumed them, as his jaw literally teared, and huge claw-like teeth appeared as he munched their hearts down while drinking their blood. Such a delicacy. So many hearts, so many lungs, so many lives and souls to consume. I'm going to have fun after thousands worth of years being sealed away by the Shinigami. As the demon then said with a sinister smirk, before disappearing in a dark cloud and arriving back at his apartment. The next morning, Hiruzen found something quite unnerving. The whole village was in itself unnerved. There, in an alleyway, laid 50 dead bodies, of mangled people in most brutal and unnatural like cause of death. And they tried to search throughout their memories, but all they could find was nothing but blankness. I can't see the memories as well. In a council meeting, Inoichi Yamanaka stated, "This is bad. Those deaths were unnatural, Hiruzen. We need to find out who it is, who could have caused this. And that being, no, that monster needs to pay. It must be the QB. QB cannot do this for the last time. Stop blaming the kid," said Hiruzen, yelling out loud at the top of his lungs. "You have been trying to get that kid killed for almost past 5 years. He has been found in his apartment since the late of night, sleeping there. He wouldn't leave that night. Why? Because you would try to kill him. Even if he wasn't the one, then who could have been to do such a thing?" "To be honest, I don't know, Donzo. And I would rather not find out about this. But we need to take care of it. You're right about that. That we need to do. But there is no proof of who it was. There is no lead. What can we do? No scent was found by the Inizukas. No memory could be seen by the Yamanakas. We are left blinded in a one spot." You are correct. So what should we do now? The case is on hold. I want no one to speak of this matter. As after that we see, unbeknownst to them, the demon was listening into this and was quite happy. Everything was going in canon. The boy acted like a fool to fool everyone. Until, one by one, people begin to disappear. Powerheads such as the civilian council members who were quite adamant that the child needs to die. They would be found, their hearts, eyes, and brain shoved out of their body and missing. Their whole families would be dying in such a twisted way. And within a few years, Konoha, who at one point was the strongest foothold of the shinobi nations, was now a place of myth, a legend, an urban legend at that, in which people feared that there was a monster who would hunt down, if you call his name, such as demon. And the boy who was attached to it was the one who was suffering, because nobody was getting close to him. Even Hiruzen at one point began to believe that it was Naruto, but he knew that the boy was all on his own. Unbeknownst to him, that is what the demon wanted. As they even brought in shamans from the Land of Fire temple, but the shamans the next day would have died the most brutal death. More than 80 shamans within a few years have died, all from different parts of the elemental nation. And now, there was nothing Konoha could do, because no shaman would set a foot there. Konoha has become a place and a home of an urban legend that was going on a killing spree. And kids to adults, everyone, even the Hokage council, even Danzo was afraid of it, because they could see no one. No trace was left behind. And this monster, they couldn't find it no matter how hard they tried. As in such, 13 years passed and Naruto graduated from the academy and was now a part of Team 7, and for the first time was allowed to leave the village. And so he did. The very first night, he met with Inari and was able to know about their mess. Acting like the kind-hearted fool he was, in front of everyone, he knew what he had to do. So, he hunted down Kato's scent and killed him and the rest. But that didn't end there. He also killed Inari, Tsunami, Tazuna, and the rest of the Land of Waves village after their return, as being considered as the saviors and heroes of the said village. When the Konoha got the news, they were downright terrified. And that is when the rumor spread out that the monster in Konoha was now going everywhere. Many of the people blamed that it must be the QB Tsunigi because he was there. All the fingers were pointing at Naruto, but Naruto, after getting his memories checked about Naruto, was able to prove that he was not the one. Unbeknownst to them, the demon that has switched itself with Naruto had this ability of switching the memories of its own as well, in the eyes of everyone. All the while, up above in heaven, Shinigami, who was checking its domain, was able to find out something downright terrifying that shook it to its core. While checking for its prisoners and their cells, it found one that had an innocent child in it. A demon known as Yakusai. Which demon? Shinigami asked his subordinates. Yakusai, the Calamity Demon. Yes. Since when? We do not know, my lord. This is bad. What soul was found there? This child. And from the looks of it, it has been frozen in time. That child. Shinigami remembered immediately because of its contract. That was 13 years ago. I was told to seal the QB chakra and soul within that child. Why is his spirit here? That is also the child of prophecy. The Shinigami thought to itself, oh no. I have released a calamity on the world. That demon, what could have it done? Well, taking the soul, Shinigami from its domain rushed towards the upper domain of Kami, where a council was gathered already. What is the reason, Shinigami, for calling us here? The child of prophecy is here, trapped within my domain. What? How? Then who is running around? That is Yakusai. The Calamity. But why would he... How? I don't understand, said Kami, as Yami was also quite shocked and silent. You messed up. You released that demon. It was close to breaking free, but I thought I still had time before to repair. You messed up, and now that the demon of the Calamity itself is released, there's nothing we can do. There's something I could do. The shamans that sealed it away in a bottle and gave it to me, to my domain to seal away. I can do that again. The shaman spirits still reside in my domain. Then call upon them. Once things are settled, we must correct this, and we must inform Konoha of what is going on as well. I will go there myself. This is my responsibility. I will clear out this misunderstanding and mess. As now we see, Kami and Yami then agreed to this, and Shinigami arrived as a council meeting was going on, while Naruto and his team was away on a mission. Who are you? How did you get here? I am Shinigami. I'm here for a desperate reason. The child that resides here, Naruto Uzumaki, his soul has been switched by accident. His father made a deal with me 13 years ago when I sealed the QB within the child. But something happened. Due to a mistake, an error, a demon escaped from hell and the soul of the child was replaced by him. And at that moment, everyone's heart dropped. What demon? Yakusai. The Calamity demon, in human skin, now roams this world. I brought out a backup. You need to bring him in, and fast. If you don't, he will grow in power. He consumes flesh, heart, as well as brain of its victim. He tricks everyone easily, and wherever he goes, chaos ensues. He has not gained his power yet. I can see he is still weak, but by your standard he is extremely strong. Stronger than your legends, maybe even. Oh my god. All this time we have been living with a demon, said one of these civilians. I told you the child needs to. That child was supposed to be the child of prophecy, but his soul never left. Instead it was trapped in my domain, frozen in time, as an infant soul was shown. This is the real Naruto. The Naruto that you have seen grown up is a literal demon, the most dangerous of them all. I have to stop him before he consumes this world once more in calamity and ends it. But he acts. There's nothing going on here. Have you noticed any deaths? A lot of them. The fear that ensued after that. Of course, everyone is terrified. There is a monster out there, and now we realize that the monster was always right in the middle of us, amongst our eyes. That is how calamity works. He doesn't want to get noticed. Hiding in plain sight is his game, and he will consume the whole world if it isn't stopped. But, unbeknownst to them, Calamity had been one step ahead. He noticed this, and so, killing his team, Sakura, Sai, as well as Kakashi, Calamity escaped. Their bodies were recovered, and only one thing became certain, that the demon has escaped. Shinigami, after finding out about this, then said, call for a Kage Summit of yours. The whole world needs to know. They need to bring in the demon and kill him before things go corrupt, way faster than ever. Unbeknownst to them, the Temple of Calamity was found by him. His own home. Ah, it seems my followers have been making sacrifices. Yashin, my loyalist. These priests have been doing work. The strength, this red blood of pool. I will consume it. And so Naruto laid down in it, or Yokusai did. His body began to glow as the blood was absorbed by his body. And once he stood up, horns began to grow from his head. Black, dark horns, as his eyes completely blackened, with only red dots visible as a form of eyes, or indication where he was looking. His teeth were turned into like a vampire, and he stood up, levitatingly. Ah, finally, the strength of mine have been restored. It is time to excel in my domain, and let the whole world know and realize just who I really am. And with a few hand signs and making a symbol, his domain expanded, and the whole world was consumed with a dark aura. Everyone could sense it, while on the other side, the Kage Summit was called, and Shinigami has arrived itself and informed all of them what was going on. So let me get this straight, Zeroniki. There is a literal demon of calamity. Calamity itself, known as Yokusai, is out there roaming the world in human skin of Minato Namikaze's son. Yes, he has just released his strength, gaining his full power. I only hope that you will be able to survive. Shinigami-sama, please help us. I am trying my best. He has gained his full strength. I, myself, with Kami and Yami will deal with this alongside all of you. But I must bring in even further souls. As Minato, Kushina's, as well as the rest of the souls were revived. Almost all of the legends from the past, even Indra and Asura, as well as Hagoromo and Homura Otsutsuki. Shinigami-sama, why are we revived? Asked Hagoromo. And after the whole explanation was given to them, Minato and Kushina were the ones who were the most shocked. I did this. I was the one who used that seal. What happened to my son? Your son's spirit was trapped for 13 years in his prison, frozen in time. Luckily, he has been moved to the heavens. Since the deal between you and me never came to fruition, Minato, your soul is freed. And you, after killing and capturing Yokusai, will be allowed to move into heaven, where you, alongside your wife and child, can reside peacefully. Can't believe this. It's alright, Minato. He never wanted any of this. We have been tricked by Demon. He is too dangerous. That is why we need all the help we can get. I told you to handle this mess, said Kami arriving there. It's gotten way worse, Kami. I need all the help I can get. I can't handle him alone now. And so now we see. At the battlefield, a lone figure walked. As he was arriving, his shadow was 1,000 times larger than he was, standing in front of the army alone, wearing a black robe. As his eyes glowed, like they were filled with void, and something dark was lurking within them, looking at them directly from beneath. Hello, everyone. You, Yokusai, you will pay for what you have done, said Minato. Ah, Minato Namikaze, my father, or the father of this body. What have you done? As Yokusai revealed its true form, the horns, as well as the claw and the teeth, everything becoming visible, they were now terrified. Standing in front of them inches away was a real demon. Do not waver. We are here. As the shamans erupted from everywhere, causing chains to erupt and penetrate his body. You think this is more than enough now? You think I wouldn't have learned from my mistakes? As clamping his hands together in the form of a claw, it began to tear it and separately, as the earth began to shatter, and from it came out the damned soul of demons. As the demon army of Calamity was released, Calamity itself was ensuing everywhere. As Yokusai laughed, his domain growing stronger and Kamiyami and Shinigami becoming weaker. He's feeding off of your fear. Fight! As Minato and Kushina tried to do so, but Minato and Kushina's soul was defeated. As the others tried as well, Yokusai only continued to walk towards them, while defeating one after the others their legends. Madara, Hashirama, the Akatsuki, everyone was defeated, even Kaguya and the Otsuzukis who arrived there, because they knew that they needed to defeat this monster before continuing with their plans, were defeated, killed, and consumed. Ah, the Otsuzukis. The ones who thought that they were superior. You and we have fought for a long time before you gotten rid of us, or so you thought. As Kaguya then said, you were the general of the demon. Now I am the demon king. There's nothing you can do. Now there will be calamity everywhere. Not only on this world, this whole domain will be mine. You all will bow down to me. As Calamity disappeared, summoning its blade, which was made out of monster eyes as well as veins, and was huge, and it swung at Kami, Yami, and Shinigami, as it tried its best to defeat them, but it couldn't, as it was weakened, surrounded by the three goddesses as well as the monks again, and they were chanting as chants began to appear. As Yokusai gritted his teeth, you think I'm done? This is not the end. I always come back. I will come back again. And next time, there will be no sparing. As Naruto's body limped down to the ground, as it began to shrink until it became a skeletal-like figure and became extremely pale, while the spirit that resided within him was sealed once more into the hell. Yokusai was defeated. How? Because he fell for the oldest trick into the book. Minato and the others, while placing a seal pattern one by one during the attack, while Calamity was beating the hell out of them, and once he arrived in the right position, Kamiyami and Shinigami activated their domains and counter his, causing his Calamity domain that has been expanded to be locked and sealed away. Yokusai was stripped of his power once more and thrown into the prison, but he, in his time, has learned quite a lot. Chakra, everything else, and now he knew he would be able to get out. While on the other side, Kamiyami and Shinigami looked quite extremely worried. We want you to find a new method. My Ninshu will be of help. Ninjutsu is the thing that Calamity has learned. Ninshu is something that it hasn't. Our whole clan has been wiped out, Hagoromo, said Kaguya. We need to remain here now and work together if we want to succeed in making sure that no other demon escapes. You're right. We have to make sure. So is the crisis averted? Yes, Minato. Everyone. You all need to become stronger. Because Calamity, or Yokusai you can say, never lies. If anything, he never does. As after that, the three goddesses left, and the people celebrated. Unbeknownst to them, Yokusai was back in his prison, while everything was normal, until the prison door cell opened, and stood on the other side another demon. It was darkness itself. Hello, Yokusai. Ah, darkness. What are you doing here? I found a way to break free. You want to? I would love to accompany you. As now we see there was that creepy smile on Yokusai's face because he knew there will be more victims. And it was not over. He will fulfill his promise. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.